Okay, so here we are. We are out at a house that I got a permission on. House was built back in 1876. The person that owned the house was a rather prosperous young gentleman, did several different trades in the area. And I talked to the landlord, and it's now a multi-unit building. Talked to the landlord and he gave me permission to go ahead and metal detect. So I'm gonna take you along with me and see what we can find. I came out here the other day and just swang. I did not dig anything. And skeeters, and found some signals that sounded pretty promising. So here we are. We're gonna start digging and seeing what we can find. See you on the first dig. Okay, I got a 46 to 48 on this. Dug the plug right there. Pinpointer says it's in the plug. Ground's really sandy here. All right, where'd it go? All right, I just had it. Where'd it go? Did it fall? Must have fallen. It is it's like a memorial penny. Okay, this was a 4142. Let's see what we got. Could be another penny. Okay, here we are. It's a zinc penny. It was really shallow, so I'm not surprised. So it looks like 2017. Alrighty, so let's carry on. I'll see you on the next day. Okay. This was a 32, very shallow. So it's probably garbage. But we will check anyway. There it is. Piece of a can. It's at the bottom of an aluminum can. Alright, see you on the next one. Alrighty, I got a 4142 right here. Didn't sound like it was real deep. Might just be another modern penny. So let's give it a dig and see what we got. Helps if I turn my pointer on. Not get it on the plug. Looks like it's down just a little bit further. Alright, looks like we got it out of the plug. Let's see what we got. There it is. It's another penny. Looks like it's another memorial. Oops, dropped it. Okay, so I had a 38-ish there. And I dug it up, and it looks like it is the end of a tool, maybe. Looks like the end is tapered. So I don't know if it was like a chisel of some sort, or if that's just over time It does appear to be square, so I'm going to assume that maybe it's an old screwdriver or something. I have no idea. If you know, let me know. Say something in the comments. And yeah, we'll move on to the next thing. All right, pretty cool looking. Something older. All right, see you on the next thing. Okay. Hi, so I had a 38 to 40 in here. Still in the hole. So let's see what we got. This is only about a foot away from where I found that like tool thing. I don't know if maybe this is another piece of it because the signals were about the same. See it? It's a shell casing. Look at that. Let's see. Can't tell. I can't tell what it says, but there you go. Little piece of brass shell casing. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Okay, so I had like a, I don't know, 36, 38 in that hole, and dug down, I don't know, what is it, about 5 inches down, and this is what we found, a pull tab. Just goes to show you, you just never know how deep things are gonna be. You know, some of this stuff can be right on the surface. You could find a silver coin from the 1800s, 1 or 2 inches down, and then you dig down 4 and you get more modern trash. So it just depends. Anyway, I'll see you on the next thing. Okay, I had a pretty solid 30 here. I don't know where it went. I just had it in the hole. There we go. Let's see. All right, I'll be back. All right, it's saying it's in this somewhere. Let's see what we can find. Yep, there it is. Another ring pull. Alright, well, that's just how it is sometimes, you know? It's an old site, so there's got to be old stuff here. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Okay, got a 40-41 in this hole. And it's in the plug. So let's see what we got. Okay, whatever it is in here. Let's see what it is. There's a possibility that it was hitting on my watch. Nope, there it is. All right, it is a penny. It is a memorial, again. Another memorial. I don't know why it's not focusing very well today. There we go. Let's see if that's better. Looks like I was zoomed in a little bit, so let's see what this does. Does that help the focus at all? Yep, just another memorial penny. Yep. It's pretty crusty. I'm not gonna be able to get a year off that one. So, all right, let's keep going. It's 38, 39. Right around here. Using a tripod on this shot, so for the filming I don't know how well it's turning out, so if you're not seeing what I'm doing, I apologize. There it is. Just So this is kind of an interesting signal. Got a 41, 39, 43. All right, let me see if I can. Right there. Goes all the way up to 47. Oh, let you hear this. Hold on. Turn my headphones off for a second. Okay, that's 43. 43. That's the one we're gonna go for. All right, let's see what this is. Nope, I feel it. There it is, another penny. Memorial. I think so. There's Lincoln. There's Lincoln. It's actually a zinc penny. Zinc penny. All right, moving on. All right, I took my headphones off because I'm sweating. $48, $49, $50. Let's hope for some silver. Right there. All right, let's see what we got. be back. Okay, it's Penny. There's Lincoln. Let's see if we get lucky and get a Wheatie. Nope, another memorial. Boy, that ring up high for a memorial. Holy cow. It says 1970. So, all right, another clad penny. Thought I'd share this with you. You'll get a kick out of this. Look at this. We got a 41, 45. Then it drops down to like a 28 over here and stuff. But when I... Let's see, where's that 43 at? Watch the pinpointer. Think it's something big? I think we're gonna leave that alone. Probably a cable line that wasn't dug very deep. So we're gonna leave that alone and move on. Hi. So I kind of stopped recording just because I was getting nothing but pennies and it was getting kind of boring. So I came back here and I just got this signal. It was really, really high. It was like a 56. Super deep. I couldn't even register how deep it was on the Nocta triple score. So I just said I'll take a chance, and I took a dig at it, and this is what I got. There it is. Standing limited quarter. She's pretty worn. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a year off of her because there's a big dent right where the date would be. But yeah, there's a bucket lister checked off. It's the first silver that I've dug that was not seeded. I've got other silvers, but they've always been at seeded hunts. This is the first silver I've gotten that was not seeded. So yeah, I'm very stoked. Poof! Finally got my first silver, and it's a good one too. All right, I will see you on the next dig. So just to give you an idea how deep my hole was, it was not quite pinpointer deep. It sounds like there might be something else down there. So we're gonna keep digging. All right. All right, I continued to dig down a little further and it ended up just being a nail. Now it's definitely pinpointer deep. So anyway, I had to, since that quarter popped out, I had to go for it. So, all right, on to the next. Hey guys, so I'm back home now. I only dug a couple more holes after that last clip that I just showed you, and they both came up with square nails, so I think I'm finally starting to get onto something with the deeper targets and the older stuff. I ended up finding like 14 clad pennies and a couple of modern dimes and a modern quarter, all before I found that SLQ and the square nails. I started messing around with my settings a little bit. I lowered the recovery speed on my Nocta triple score down a few notches so that I could start getting some depth. And then I also changed it to single frequency for a time to see if that made a difference. Jury's still out on whether or not that made a difference. So when I go back, I will probably start off in multi-frequency again. I never finished the yard. I just ran out of time. I was getting tired. It was hot. So when I go back, I will post a second video with day 2. And then if there's any subsequent days after that, I will do separate videos for each of those. And then I'll just do a wrap up of all the items that I found at the end. The property owner has not given me a timeline on when I have to be finished by. So I can pretty much go there whenever I want to, within reason, you know, unless the guys they're cutting the grass or stuff like that. So once I'm done, I just have to send him a picture of everything that I found, and then anything that he wants he can have, obviously, because it's his property. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks for joining me. If you like what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time I get out there, unless I go someplace else first. Bye. Love you guys.